All right, starting out our day here in another beautiful day in Utah. Sadly, we haven't gotten to the temperatures that I wish we were at, but as you can see, it is somewhat warm. So we're going to pull out the RZR, got it here on the trailer, and we're gonna do a new mod to it. And that mod we're doing today is installing a winch. This is one I picked up at Harbor Freight. Well, I say picked up, it was actually, I did a trade deal on it for a flag that I had made, but it's a 3,500 pound Badland winch. Comes with the mounting plate, kind of just a generic mounting plate, the necessary wiring harness, and 2 remotes. It comes with a steering wheel mounted remote and also a handle, like a hand grip remote there that we'll see. So we're going to break it open. My RZR actually has a winch plate on it from when I bought it. We're gonna see and hopefully find out if that mounting plate will fit this winch. It should, but let's find out. All right, so I stuffed the winch in there. I went through the driver's side and tucked it up in there. They say when you're mounting the winch plate, it's easiest if you remove the shock and then pull it up out of the way and then shove it in that way. Luckily, I already had the plate in, like I said, so I just stuffed the winch in there and it looks like it's going to fit. A little tight with the radiator hose there, but I think it's gonna work. It's actually not even touching the winch. Oh, maybe just a hair, but again, nothing crazy. If I need to, I can move it out of the way. And it looks like the holes are more than likely going to line up. Another good way to tell is you can take off this front plate here with these 2 screws. I've already removed one, just to make it easier. Remove that, and you can see where the winch fairlead is going to go. And you can look up in there, and you can see how well the winch is lined up. And then bolt it down, and we'll leave this cover off so we can put that fairlead on there. All right, so I've got it all mounted up in there. I put the bolts down here. I haven't tightened them up just yet, but luckily, as you can see, my winch mount plate actually came with 4 separate holes. So I originally had it on the back side and it was touching the hoses pretty bad. As of right now, I slid it forward and it's not touching the hose as bad. So I think I'm just gonna zip tie this hose just out of the way a little bit and make sure it's not touching the shock or anything like that. But that way it's not rubbing up there and getting worn out. And if you look at the other side, that's what the hose clearance looks like over here. So we're not touching it all on this side. So I'm gonna tighten those up. I'm gonna zip tie some stuff out of the way, like my differential breather tube, get that out of the way, and then we'll move on to the fairlead. All right, so we've got the fairlead mounted. I'm not going to tell you how many words I might have said and what kind of words I might have said putting that in, but I did not use the brackets. I actually put this up, lined it up, marked some holes, and I drilled my own holes. That way I keep it more flushed inwards. The brackets themselves, you can't just really get them. You have to order the whole winch mounting kit, and it's about 65 bucks. So I figured drill some holes, put some bolts through, and it doesn't look too bad. Now I can make the plate fit and cut out a hole for it. That way it'll clean it up. But there it is mounted. Everything's through. Now I just gotta put the cable through and mount the hook on it. I'll show you that when I'm done. And that's what it looks like with the hook on. You got the flag on there to help pull it out when needed. And yeah, I'm still doing this on my trailer. I feel like it's easier when it's a little higher up for me to access this stuff instead of getting down on my knees or on a chair. It's up to you guys, however you guys want to do it. I just find this easier. So now I'm gonna go grab the wiring and let's see what we can do to get this all wired up. Okay, as you can see, it's darker outside. I am in a different location. RZR is off the trailer, but here's what we have for wiring. We got the yellow routed all the way down to the winch. Same with the blue up here on the solenoid. We've got power going to back to the battery, and we've got ground that I've actually just mounted right here to the frame. Now the ignition wire, I just went up here to the ACC of the distribution block, mounted it there. I bolted the solenoid here to the frame. Ran the wire for the power under the frame, under the body back here. And as you can see, I really need to clean this up. I need to clean up the battery, get the terminal cleaners out, and I also want to redo a bunch of the wiring here. But you can see here, this is where the circuit breaker box is. And I'll get all the sleeves and stuff out here, like I said, clean it up. Here's kind of like a pocket that has a lot of my catch-alls, like I've got rock lights, that's what that's for. And then also the LED light for my light bar is all under here. So I got it all tucked up. Again, I'll mount this in a better location, probably over here on the sidewall somewhere so it doesn't move around much. And then get these wires all tucked up and out of the way so I get the seat in here, make sure nothing's rubbing on one another. And yeah, there you go. As far as the switches go, I took the switch and I mounted it up under here. As you can see, there's the steering column. And I put it under here, so when you're sitting here as a driver, that's all you see. It's kind of hidden, put out of the way. And this one here for the actual handheld remote, what I think I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take this and put it up here underneath the dash there. So I'm going to cut a little hole right there and bolt it up there. That way I can use the handheld remote if wanted or if needed. But I'll do that here in a little bit later time. I'm running out of daylight here, so that's kind of what you got. And finished product there. But yeah, thanks guys. Let me know what you think.